Hi there. Welcome to this interview that I did back in October with Roman Ibramkhalilov, the guitar player of Jinjer. You might be wondering why it's being published now, and the reason is kind of an agreement that I had with the label because since now they are on tour in Europe, the idea was to time it closer to the tour. Regrettably, however, I had a number of personal issues in January, and so I had to postpone a number of things, and this being one of them. But other than that, I think that it is a fantastic interview. Not because of anything that I did, but because Roman is an interesting person and obviously a very talented musician. And it is always nice to know what they think and what their experiences have been. So, for example, we discuss his opportunity meeting heroes of him, like playing guitar while James Hetfield is looking at you from the side, or starting in the band when everybody's just moving around in a van, not a tour bus, but a tiny, tiny van where everybody has to be packed and just going from city to city doing concerts, as well as the challenges that they have had, like many of us have had, with the planes. But in their case, as opposed to just losing a suitcase, is losing their entire equipment as they go on tour. So, plenty of fun stories, interesting stories, probably not very fun for them in this discussion. I hope you'll enjoy it. I'll see you next time. And until then, stay metal, and most importantly, non Serviam. Roman, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
Thank you to invite me.
You are a Ukrainian, the citizens from a country that since 2014 has been in a situation of war. So, how are you doing? And more importantly, how is your family?
Family is somehow safe and we're safe, so it's more important. So
You just did a tour in North America opening for Baby Metal. You are about to go do another tour in North America opening for Trivium. And
yeah,
then in January, you have another tour, this time headlining here in Europe. So, tired?
yes and no. So yeah, it's mixed feelings every time. When you on tour, you want home. When you at home, like a lot of months, you miss the tour days. So it's like this all the time.
I can't remember who said this phrase, but basically, when you're a musician, you play music for fun, and the real work is traveling. That is really what takes a toll on a performer and makes life very difficult. So, has that been a very big challenge for you in your career because you're traveling so much with Ginger?
Yeah, from the beginning we travel with our own van, different vans at different times. So when we drove it ourselves, it was harder than being a nightliner. But now, nightliner tours are smooth for me. I don't have any like bad feeling. So I feel great when I'm in nightliner. So it's better than have a flight every day and then a hotel and then no sleep. This is fucked up. This is like if you like months or months and a half flying almost like every day or every 2 days and whole every day like a new hotel. This is really affects the physical health and mentally is also like you like crazy
If you're flying, you're also spending so much of your day.
in the airport. I hate it because if you have 2 hours flight, you need to be like 3 hours, or in case of musicians, like maybe 4 hours because a lot of gear, a lot of things. Like it's tour party, 10 people or even more. Yeah, it's kind of hard year by year, and also the airport systems, they are not perfect. If we like can speak like this, I think they are really bad in some places.
Yeah, because you have to take all of your stuff to like the special luggage section, right? Because you don't just
Yeah,
put it
but
at the.
it is no problem to put it. We know, but I feel every time we fly a lot, I feel like people who work there know less than me.
Yes, I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah, we can stand for a couple of hours to check our 15 bags for 10 people. It's even less than people have 2 bags with like, and the tags are wrong and everything like mess. It's mess most like 50% of the time. It's a mess from their side. We just standing waiting.
Did you ever have any kind of accidents in that? I don't mean physical accident, just like your go by flight somewhere and your stuff goes somewhere else.
Yeah, for sure. It was before the baby metal too. We flew out. Yeah, I know what they did. We fly a lot, and I know what they did. And we have a flight from Copenhagen to Chicago through Warsaw. So the plane from Warsaw fly to Chicago, and from Copenhagen it's a small plane with two seats, and they do not put our any luggage, like any luggage in the plane. Yeah, so we land without anything. And yeah, we check air tags, they're still there, we claim it, and we bec- we ha- we check the flights, and the next day is a flight, so we go to airport to claim it and explain the situation. Next day, yeah, they send it
But
like with the
but it
next.
must be so scary because you're bringing all of your work tools basically, so
Yeah, it's
your
it's not
instruments,
it's not
everything.
first time. It's not first time.
Oh,
It's not last.
really?
It's not the last time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's you can ask every band, and they destroy cases, miss luggage. Yeah, I have stories for another like 40 minutes about like this
Just the
luggage
traveling with
situation. Yeah, yeah,
Ginger.
just luggage situation. I can in my head couple of situations already, but this summer, last summer, not this summer, 2024, I think we flew. I don't remember from where, but when we land in France, also no luggage because yeah, I don't know. It's every time like zero luggage. Sometimes they miss couple of things, but sometimes it's just all the shit.
That's really frustrating. And how long were you? Because you mentioned before that when you were touring at the beginning, obviously you were touring on your own van. I have been in some tour vans, and I've never gotten the impression that I would like to spend a very long period of time inside of them. They seem very small, very smelly, and not great to like have to sleep for a long time. So, how long were you guys touring like that, and was it very difficult?
Yeah, it was long. So in the when we begin our like touring life with the Ginger, our best player Eugene owned the Mercedes Vito, and it was five people, and the luggage, the cargo uh, space. It's not really cargo space, just we put everything inside. Then we switched to Renault Traffic. It was a little bit more space, and the bus will like can go for long distances because Vito has like problems with the engine and stuff every time. And in 2018, we bought like this Sprinter, but it was Volkswagen Crafter, like this kind of van. And we're in Ukraine. We go to some guys. We have a special city, like when a lot of buses were rebuilt from like they bought it from Europe and then make interior things inside. When we arrived there, like, hey guys, we need here these seats, this. We and then they built for us like the cargo space, and up on the cargo space, it was like a sleeping bunk. You can like two people can sleep, the drivers. It was like wide, like 2 meters deep. It's like real bad. And the 9 seats. It was comfortable, and we tour with this van for a couple of years. Yeah, and our first nightliner tour was in Europe 2019. And then after this, we also like there's some shows, if we have some summer festival shows, we just jump in our van and did it without nightliner and without flights, with all our like real backline, not renting. We did this even like COVID times, I think. Or after, I don't remember when we last, but we sold it. in 2022 to some guys who make funerals and stuff who
Oh my goodness.
I don't- and they I think they destroy all our, you know,
Customization, right?
yeah,
To
yeah, yeah, because
make it into
they
something
destroy
else.
all the shit, I think.
It's good to know that it's being used for something. All right. Speaking of tours, we were mentioning that you were opening for Baby Metal. That was a very interesting combination for me. I cannot say I'm a fan of Baby Metal necessarily, but it's obviously a huge opportunity for a band like Jinjer because it's you get to be seen by this huge group of people. The Baby Metal are huge right now. So how did that collaboration first come about?
It is not collaboration. We got an offer.
Right. I mean
Yeah,
like tour
yeah, yeah,
collaboration, like opening for them. Yeah.
yeah. We nothing like nothing special. We just we before this it was like amphitheaters and stuff like big venues. Before this, we toured with Disturb 2023, as I remember. Also was like huge these amphitheaters and stuff. Yeah, it was kind of remind me that Disturbed run because we played the same venues a couple of times when we played before, and yeah, I enjoyed this run. Also, the guys from Bollywood was like the opening and Ginger and Baby Metal was like nice, not typical package like guys from India, from Japan.
The only way nowadays if how many of the fans of other bands you kind of convert to yours is by merch sales. So did you do well in the merch in for the
Yeah, it
Baby
was
Metal
good.
tour?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
that's
was
good,
good.
man. That's
Yeah,
excellent.
yeah.
And how did you feel people fans of Ginger reacting to working with Baby Metal? Because I was when I was preparing the interview, I saw, for example, on the internet, so on Reddit, I think people were fighting about whether it was good or bad. Or I understand the financial reason behind it. It's a very good opportunity for any band to perform in front of somebody like that. But how did you perceive that sort of criticism?
From I'm personally not even check like comments what people says because if you start to check everything what people says you will lost. You'll just it just in some point you will not understand what you do, what you're doing wrong or doing right, and that's why it's a lot of opinions that don't need to be in my head, and that's why I want to stay aside. Like I know I don't have any bad comments like from. I check sometimes Ginger fan page, and yeah, because the Ginger fans they will not say it's in bad, but I never check Bare Metal page and what they say. I don't know, and actually I don't really care because as many people as many minds, so they can have their opinions. Yeah.
It wasn't a terrible thing at all. It was just
Yeah,
that
people try to
basically
compare, and yeah,
performing that you're basically performing for a completely different type of fan and with a different type of band. But in any case, I'm happy to know that it doesn't really affect you. Um, you've been with Ginger since 2009, so that's pretty much since the band started. I know that you're not the first to join, but you were there pretty early, right?
2010. It was.
10?
I mean, it was the
I'm just going
first
by
show.
Wikipedia. I gotta be honest.
We don't remember because that time uh, the guys who were in Ginger, Dima, was my friend. He asked me to play guitar before even Tati was in the band, but I was not a original member. We just shared with them a rehearsal spot, and we were friends. We drinking beer after the rehearsal. We just hang out in this like spot together. I was with another band, and he asked me to play, and uh, then Tati I think the first show we started was December 2009. I think so. Yeah, and then the second show we played it was next year. Uh,
And what were you
uh,
playing at the time? Because your first album with Ginger is 2014, right?
No, I play and compose Inhale Do Not Breathe with Dima. I
Ah,
was
okay.
already in the band. Eugene was already there.
Ah, all right.
So yeah, uh,
Oh, I got that wrong.
no, no
Uh,
problem. It's confusing even for us sometimes.
what Ginger is right now, that sort of blend of styles, of the breakdowns and kind of this thrashy sometimes sound, is that what you always had in mind, or was it has it been changing a little bit through the years?
Yeah, it's changing, and I wasn't in. I play with the guys just as rehearsal. I know the songs, just a second guitar player, and then I Dima said they find someone, and this guy play a little bit, and then he's gone, and they play first show like I think with one guitarist with Dima with Tati, and then Dima show up. Hey man, like do you want to be a member of the band? I was like, yeah man, I have a lot of time. Let's go. And yeah, but I will, and we start to composing with Dima this Inhaled and Breeze EP. Uh, it was like I enjoyed the time a lot. And recently, we I spoke with Dima, and we just, oh man, it was cool. Like when we're sitting in like composing songs in our shitty uh, room with no not good sound, and like it was not good equipment for this. And stylistically, yeah, I love new metal that time before like with my another band we play some new metal and some different influences, but I also was a big fan of metal, and it suits me. Like I like to play like metal music, and but since then it's changed a lot because it's not original member in the band for now. Zero
What were
original
you into
members.
when you just joined Ginger? What sort of music were you listening to?
Mm.
Because you mentioned that you were playing with other band as well, right?
Yeah, I listen all the new metal. You know, all
So the
the
Iron Maiden,
Slipknot.
Metallica.
No. New
Oh,
metal,
oh,
new
new
metal.
metal. So
Yeah,
Korn,
new
Limp
metal.
Bizkit,
Yeah.
Slipknot. All right.
Before this, I listened like Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, and so on, like thrash metal, all the kind of metal, death metal, black metal, punk rock, and everything. Hip hop. I listen to Cypress Hill and stuff, House of Pain, all this, and also like rap music. And but that time we start to play with Dima. I think it was like era of uh, this Kill Switch Engage, Chimera, Lamb of God, and these kind of bands. Then the deathcore show up with Suicide Silence, All Shall Perish, and so on and so on, Chelsea Green. And we all listen to this, also the Gojira and stuff. So a lot of music.
You know, I'm not a good musician by any uh, definition, but I play guitar, and obviously when I play guitar, when I started when I was a kid, I grabbed the thinking of the musicians that I wanted to imitate, and in my case, I was really into Iron Maiden, so I was thinking of Johnny Cash, Davey Murray, Adrian Smith. When you, I cannot play like any of them. I'm very bad, but when you play, for example, when you started, who were you thinking about that you were trying to emulate as a musician?
It was James Hetfield for sure for the written. I was not big fan of solos in any, like I'm not big fan of like Joe Satriani and Steve Vai or this kind of like guitar, like it's not a bands, it's like guitar players who play their own stuff. And I was not into this music at all. I like rhythm more than solos, and I was focused on like rhythm and good rhythm guitar players. Also, like from the new metal, it was Slipknot guys, Jim Root and Mick Thompson. Wes Borland was a big influence. Also, Dimebag Darrell. He was a guy who played solos and rhythm and whatever in the insane level. James Hetfield, yeah, these names,
Yeah, that's kind of what I would have expected. So that's very
yeah.
much in line with the sound of Ginger. And what is your role in the band now? In the sense that I know that you're the guitar player, of course, but I know that since 2016, Vladislav has taken more of a role in the songwriting. So, what role do you play as you, for example, in the case of Duel, your latest album?
Vlad compose mostly Wallflowers and Duel. It's two our past releases, but now I'm stepping back into the composing. I'm already prepared some riffs and some ideas. Vlad also already like preparing something. Yeah, but for the Duel album, I was focused on pre-production and production, the sound. For me and Vlad, we sitting in the rehearsal studio together, trying different, record different drum heads, microphones, speakers, tubes, amps, pedals, so on and so on, and we try to find the sound we like, and then we record everything like a pre-pro, send it to Tati. We love the tones of our instruments, and then we send it to Max Morton, Kiev, and he's like, "Oh, guys, yeah, I can work with all these tones. I like this," and we re-record everything again, and yeah, we did
So
it.
that
Yeah,
that is so interesting because obviously I know that you're living in Poland now. I know that there is
Vlad
another
live in Poland. Yeah.
Vlad is also in Poland. Tati is in the U.S. Has that made working very difficult, or because of your generation, which is I think you might be maybe a little bit younger than me, but kind of our generation that we're used to working online, has that been kind of easy for you anyway?
From when we live in Kiev together, Tati was the person who like show up like on rehearsals and on the recording, but not composing with us some stuff because we prepare the completely songs, pre-record them into, and then send it to Tati, and Tati prepare vocals. So w- from this side, it's nothing changed really, but only distances. Some okay, it's more difficult now than we live in the same city, and Eugene like record now at home. We use Guitar Pros and like everything, and he's recording his part. So it's more difficult, but it's doable. It's not nothing like to destroy Ginger. It's no. we, we
So the style in which you write your music is it's the kind of the normal one in the sense that you and perhaps Vlad write the basic elements, and then Eugene and Tati kind of add vocals and add the kind of rhythm section with
yeah, the
the bass beat.
bass, yeah. It's
Okay,
kind of
that's
work this way now.
all right. So of course, if both of you are in the same city, it continues to be much easier, of course.
Yeah.
You know, Ginger is, I think, nowadays the biggest band to come out of Ukraine, certainly in the in the metal genre. Compare with how metal was in Ukraine when you started. So in your case with Ginger in 2009 or 2010, how have you seen in these last 15 years a change in the Ukrainian metal scene?
uh, when we live not in Kiev, and I was
You were in the
not
Donetsk,
fan.
right?
Yeah. I was not like in Kiev. Was a lot of like big bands for that time for Ukraine, and we've been fans of this band. Like some bands was one of my favorites even in the world, not only in Ukraine. So there was a lot of also Vlad playing a band called Zlam, and I was like I listened to this band even before I know him, and yeah, it was kind of how many, one, two, three, four, five bands, which was like on a great level of recording and playing and composing. And even now I can listen to these records which was released like 20 years ago or 15 years ago. Yeah, the and now I don't really dig into Ukrainian metal scene, but the best music for me from Ukrainian metal bands was like from 2010s, 2000 some this area, 2010, 2015. And yeah.
In January of next year, we're going to have finally a European headlining tour. And can you tell me a little bit more about this? I saw that you're going to have a Dutch band opening for you. I forgot the name right now. So maybe you can tell me a little bit.
Textures and Unprocessed. So Textures, I like Textures band, and I never saw them live. And it's like progressive guys, really, really good band, and they are reunited now. And yeah, they will go with us, and I'm happy about this personally. And Unprocessed, we kind of know each other. We not real friends, but we know each other. And also, Manuel, it's insane guitar player. Also, all the band, they're great musicians, and it's like progressive package, which I like really like. So this package is one of my favorite, I think, for now.
What has been some of your favorite tours? I mean, I know that you played with, I think, Disturbed, you mentioned, Baby
Oh
Metal,
boy.
Sepultura. With who else? I mean, in the sense that you've been in the same tour together.
Oh, it was great when we toured with POD, for example, in the States. Was great. Or Suicide Silence was great. Uh, what else? Sepultura was great. Slipknot, we tour like with them like 8, 9 shows. I think 2022. Yeah, it was amazing. Nah, I don't know this tours.
You mentioned that, well, at the beginning, you were really into bands like Slipknot and a lot of the new metal stuff. Something that I often ask musicians is, have you had an opportunity to meet one of your heroes? I know, well, you met Slipknot, of course, but
Yeah, man. When we play 2022 or 23, I don't remember now. It's all mixed up in my head. Uh, we played main stage of Download Festival, UK, and 5 minutes before the show, James Head will show up on the side stage. I was like, "Fuck!" and he's like looking at me. It's like I was like, "Ugh." I tried to like a little bit warm up in already with the guitar with my ears, like 5 minutes before the show, 10 minutes, and they stand. I don't know, maybe all the show. I don't know. I was like, I cannot even like turn my head because I was, yeah, it was intense. But it was great. It was great. It was great to meet James, and also uh, Vlad met Lars, also the same festival, because
but that's really great, especially because you get to perform in front of them, and they get to see what you do. That's really cool.
yeah.
And
Also, the one time was Limp Bizkit. Yeah, the John Otto and DJ Little. Uh, we hang out with them in Rock and Ring and Rock and Park 2 days in a row. We just a little bit hang out with them. I was fan of Limp Bizkit when it was 2000s, and it was amazing. Like, whoa, wow.
you mentioned earlier today that you already have some ideas for kind of songwriting in the direction of Jinjer's next album, but what is kind of the timeline that you give yourself for that? Because you have so much touring on the way, or are you also working when you're on tour in the sense of writing and working with Vlad and the rest since you're all together to come up with new songs?
Yeah, I think the tour, it's like I will collect some ideas on the tour, some maybe riffs. We will see. I never think that I need to do this by some time. Like it's not like inspirational thing. You need to work, sit and work, and then inspiration will come. But I don't have in my head any timelines for this. For now, we are not under pressure, and we'll kind of relax and just if you have an idea or if you have time, just sit and work on your album.
Roman, thank you so much for the time that you've given me today. It has been really interesting also to learn a bit more about the beginning of Ginger and, of course, some of the horror stories that you've encountered in the many airports around Europe that keep stealing your shit.
Yeah, man, it's like, yeah.
Thank you so much and have a very nice day,
Thank
man.
you
Take
for
care
your
of yourself.
time. Thank you.